She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to.
Hi beautiful, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I am Muphidaht and I'd like it if you click down below to subscribe to my channel, and also click on the bell notification button to get notified each time I post. So if you are not following me on Instagram, first of all, kindly follow me. It's at Gold Muslima. I post a lot of things there that you guys are not gonna see here, and also I ask questions that I answer here, so it's easier to communicate with you guys. I'm going to be filming a video showing you guys my minimalistic makeup look with a twist. I'm going to be showing you what is in my makeup bag. So I gathered up all my essential makeup right in this minimal bag. This is a clear travel bag from Boots. These are what I deem essential in my makeup routine, and so I'm going to be creating a look using these makeup products right here. Excuse me. So I'm gonna be creating a no makeup look, a natural makeup look that you can rock every day with these essentials right here. So yeah, let's just get right into this. So the first product I'm going to be reaching out for, excuse the noise, I'm going to be reaching out for is the Too Faced Hangover Primer. This is an essential in my makeup routine because it keeps my makeup staying all day. Like, this is a very good primer, but of course there are dupes to this primer and there are other primers that work well as well. So I'm going to take 2 pumps of this primer, just 2 pumps, not a lot at all, and just, you know, apply it on my face. So if I didn't have any blemishes on my face, I wouldn't have you know, gone with this so because my face isn't perfect, I am going to have to cover up my blemishes. But if you do not have any blemishes, of course you can skip this step, but I'm going to be going in with a concealer that is exactly my skin tone. Even though this look is going to be minimal, we're trying to make our skin look as though we do not have any makeup on, but we are flawless, even though it is fake or not true, because everybody has flaws. So if you have blemishes, of course you should go in with a concealer that is your skin tone. But I'm not going to be going in with as much product as I would on a regular day, so I'm just going to be going in with the LA Pro concealer in the shade Fawn. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to just blend out the product with my fingers. The next thing I'm going to do is to go in with my foundation. I'm going in with a Too Faced Born This Way medium to full coverage foundation. I'm going in with this one because it gives me like a dewy finish, because this is kind of a natural look. Nobody walks around with their face looking matte all day. No, your face has to have like a little bit of dewiness to it to make it appear more natural. So I'm gonna go in with, on a normal day I'll go in with 2 pumps of this foundation, but because this is a minimal makeup routine, I'm gonna go in with just 1 pump. That is why I went in with some concealer that is exactly my skin tone to, you know, cover up some of the blemishes. So I'm just going in with 1 pump. Now I'm just going to pounce the brush all over my face to blend out the product. Now as you can see, some of the blemishes are still peeking out of my skin. Now I'm going to go in with half a pump of this foundation to give me a little more coverage. I'm just going into the areas where I see I have a little more blemishes peeking through. My mom applies foundation with her hands, and I was like, why is she doing this? I mean, she has brushes. She's like, this is easier and faster. So I picked up that from her. So now I'm going in with a brush to just blend out this some more. Even though my face doesn't look perfect, it looks as though it looks like my skin, but better. That's the goal of this type of look. Now I'm just going to go in with a damp beauty blender to just go over my face to blend the product some more. I'm just going to apply some concealer under my eyes because that's the place where I need it the most. Maybe, just maybe, I'm just gonna put like a smidge of concealer around these sides, and I know I said I was just going to put it under my eyes, but just this side of my face. I'm not going to put it on my forehead or my chin, just this side of my face. The concealer has been sitting on my face for about a few minutes now, so I'm just going to blend it out with this brush right here. The reason why I'm blending with a brush is I want the concealer to stay where it is. When you're using a beauty blender, it kind of tends to spread out, so I want the concealer to stay wherever I want it to stay. So I'm just going to go under my eyes and just blend the concealer out. I'm gonna go over my eyelids with it because that area is also kind of dark. You realize that the concealer hasn't moved out of the area where I wanted it to stay. So if you want your concealer to stay put, apply it on your face, let it sit for about 2 minutes, and then come back and blend with a brush. Now if it's a mattifying concealer, you don't want to do that because it will just stay where it is. It will not move an inch. So be mindful of the concealer that you're using. If it's a mattifying concealer, you want to make sure that you don't allow it to sit too long on your face. So I'm just going to blend this side out as well. I'm gonna go over my eyes to cover out all the dark pigmentation, and just go underneath my eyes as well. I'm just using the concealer that is left on the blending brush to just go over my forehead and areas around my nose and my chin. Realize that I didn't go in with too much product, just a little bit, and now I'm just using the rest of what's on the brush to go over these areas. Now what I'm gonna do is to go back in with a beauty blender. I'm going to spritz some setting spray on it. This is the Hangover 3-in-1 replenishing primer setting spray. I'm just going to take just a few spritz onto my beauty blender and just make sure the product gets into it, and just go over the areas where I concealed. This is to make the concealer stay put so that it doesn't move throughout the day. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to go in with my Airspun loose face powder. This is the original formula. I'm just going to set the areas where I put the concealer. I'm not going to bake today because we are not going to be using a whole lot of products. So I'm just going to dip my sponge into this and just put it underneath my eyes and then push the product in. I'm gonna go over my eyelids and my eyebrow area as well, because that area also tends to get quite slippery throughout the day. Now what I'm gonna do next is to go into my eyebrows. I love full brows. If you have been on this channel for a while, you know that I don't do light brows. I like thick full brows, even though, as you can see, my eyebrows are not coming in yet. I mean, it's going to take a minute, but it will come in. I'm going in with just two brow products. I'm going in with the Davis brow liner, and I'm going in with the Evita Joseph Aspect brow liner as well. Now I'm just going to fill in the sparse areas of my brows. I don't want to go too overboard with my brows because I tend to do that a lot. So I'm just going to start with the Evita Joseph brow aspect liner and just put hairline strokes in my brows because I don't want to go overboard. I might not even end up going in with the Davis Cosmetics brow liner because I don't want to go overboard. Now I'm just, outlining my brows just a little bit. This is it for the brow. This is what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other brow. Now my brows are definitely not twins, and the fact that I'm not going full-blown thick brows means my brows are gonna look a little different. But hey, this is a no makeup look, right? So we're gonna try to be as natural as possible. Now this is it for the brows. I'm just going to blend out the product and conceal them. Now I'm just gonna go in with the LA Pro concealer in the shade Fawn and just conceal the lower part of my eyebrows. I'm not going too light on the concealer because I want my brows to look as natural as possible. I'm gonna do the same for the other eye. Guys, my camera died on me. I'm so sorry, but what I did was to conceal my eyebrows with the LA concealer in the shade Fawn that I used to conceal my blemishes in the beginning, and I went over my brows with the foundation I used, so I didn't introduce any new product. And also I showed you the products I use for my brows, obviously. So these are the natural brows that I'm going for because I do not I like thick brows. If you watch all my videos and all my tutorials, you realize that my brows are always thick, and I went in with just one brow product and a concealer, obviously very minimal. Now I'm gonna go in with the setting powder, the Earthbound setting powder that I used to set my concealer earlier. I'm just gonna put the butt of my beauty blender into this like so, and just tap the excess off my hand and set my entire brow area as well as my eyelid to make sure that area stays put all day. Now this is a good hack. Like I picked it up from Huda Beauty and I haven't stepped away from it ever since. She bakes her eyebrows, but I'm just pushing it into my brows because I don't want my face to look too matte, otherwise it's not gonna look natural at all. The next product I'm going to be using is a bronzer. You guys have seen this product numerous times on my channel. I have even hit the pan when it comes to this product, guys, because I love it so much. Now I'm just going to bronze my face. I'm going to bronze my face because I don't want to contour. Again, this is a minimal look and I don't want to use too many products. When you pat it into this, when you tap it, put your brush into this, you want to tap off the excess to make sure that you're not putting way too much product on your skin. I'm just going over the areas where I would usually contour, which is my forehead, my cheek. So I'm going in with a brush to bronze my nose as well, give me a light, very light contour. And I'm just bringing that up into my eyebrows to make it look a bit more natural. Now this step is going to be completely unnecessary if you don't want to contour your nose. Now I'm just going in with the same brush and the same bronzer. I'm just going to put some color back onto my eyelids because naturally my eyelids are darker than the rest of my face. So I'm going to make it look as natural as possible. This brush is excellent. It's from Evita Joseph. It is called the Deluxe Blender, I believe, and her brushes are very durable. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to go in with a face powder. This is a face powder from MAC. This is a skin finish. I'm just going to set my entire face. I'm just tapping into the powder and tapping off the excess. Now I'm just setting the rest of my face. Even though this is a minimal look, the next step is to apply blush. Now this is a very unnecessary step, but I like to have a little flushed look, and this is the perfect blush, and I use this blush almost every day. Every day I use makeup. This is the LA Colors 3D blush contour. This is what it's called. I'm going in with this blush. It's very subtle. You literally have to scrape into the pan to get it to show. So I'm just going to apply that with a Real Techniques blush brush, and I'm gonna put that over my nose as well. This is a very unnecessary step. You do not have to do this. So the next step I am going to take is to set everything that I have put on my face in to make sure it stays put throughout the day. I'm going to be using my Hangover RX spray. I love this setting spray because it gives me a dewy look but doesn't make it dewy oily. It makes it dewy skin-like. Kinda. I'm going to be very subtle with the highlighter. First of all, because nobody walks around with like a shiny face naturally, so I'm going in with my finger. I'm just going to put a little into my tear duct area, and then a little at my brow bone. On my brow bone, I'm just gonna blend that out, and then do the same for the other side, and then apply a little bit on the bridge of my nose, still with my finger. Just gonna blend that out as well, and then apply just a little bit at the tip of my nose and just blend that out as well. Now I'm putting some on my Cupid's bow, and now I'm gonna be putting some on my cheeks with the Evita Joseph Classic Highlighter brush. Now I'm just gonna, you know, blend that out as well and apply a little on my chin. Now I'm going in with the NARS Climax mascara. I'm not going to be applying too much, of course. Usually I just coat my eyelashes so much, like that is obvious that I'm wearing, you know, mascara. Now I'm just going to be very light-handed. Now what I'm gonna do is to go in with my spoolie to separate my eyelashes so that it doesn't look too clumped up, so it looks much more natural that way. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to apply my lip products. Of course, I'm going to lightly line my lips. Now I didn't line my lips way too much like I always do. I'm gonna blend the product into my lips like by doing this. Now the next product I'm going to be using is the Victoria's Secret flavored lip gloss. This is in the shade Candy Baby. I'm just going to put that all over my lips. This lip gloss smells so good. Okay guys, this is the finished look. As you can see, you can still see the blemishes peeking out, but my skin looks better than it was before. I look much more like I drink a lot of water, and you know, my highlight is popping, but not so popping because nobody walks around with a gold highlighter on their face naturally. And my skin and my lips look hydrated but not too glossy, I think. And my eyebrows look pretty much normal. I mean, they look not so natural, but they look alright. I hope this was helpful to some of you, even if you don't want to wear like a full face of makeup to work, or you just want to look like, you know, your skin is flawless or whatever. This is the look you should go for. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video, and thank you so much for the support. Bye guys.